wait, we're losing power.
Uh-oh.
No engine, is it overheating? Oh crap. I think we overheated. Oh, we're good. This is as fast as I'm going. Hey everybody, I'm in an 1897 Bollé Voiturette. Welcome to Jason Drives. Yeah!
Oh, we're go, check this out.
Overtaking. I'm really excited to be here at Galpin Motors in Van Nuys, California, because I'm here with the oldest car we've ever done on a Jason Drives episode. This is an 1897 car. It's a Bollé Voiturette. And the reason I'm so excited is because I feel like today I can right a wrong that's been happening in the automotive world for well over a century. And that wrong is that nobody really appreciates just how cool the Bollés were when it comes to cars. Amedée Bollé was a man who in 1875 was not just building steam cars one at a time, he was building series production steam cars. You could buy a Bollé steam car in 1878 and he built 50 of these things. This was the really first production car ever made. He passed this on to his son. They were bell makers, his son made calculating machines, and then his son got into the auto business like his dad before him and built this amazing car here. It's usually just called the Bollé Voiturette, and it is arguably the very first sports car ever built. So I'm here with Bo Bachman, who owns this beautiful old Bollé. What made you want to buy this wonderfully archaic thing?
Well, it was actually a lifelong dream to own a 19th century car. Once we got this thing in, I just started covering more and more about the history, and it became, to me, more and more important. And like you said, I think there's a strong argument to be made that this was the first designed sports car.
Let's go through why. Like, why do you think this was the first purpose-built production sports car?
Well, for one, it was built for speed. It was built specifically for racing.
Yeah.
This was the London to Brighton run, the very first run in 1896. The Bollés came in first and second place in the race, although they were accused of cheating because they didn't stop for lunch or for tea.
That's a terrible cheat.
This was the fastest car in the world in the late 1800s.
So basically, the design layout we have of this is a mid-engine design, which is like what you would want in a sports car.
Exactly. Low center of gravity, built for speed.
This is a real 1897 car. All of these things are. This is not a reproduction. This is pretty original from how it was in 1897. You made a couple little changes. Can you show me what actually was changed?
Well, the spark plug, obviously. Okay. So it started off with just a flame, so you'd light the fire, and then that would heat up the...
like a glow plug kind of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's insane. So this is a gasoline-powered car that you just had an open flame burning right there because no one cared about living or dying. Yeah, that's amazing. I want to see how this thing is to start up and drive, so let's see what happens.
That's the idea, right?
So before we actually go out on our drive in this thing with Bo, I want to kind of familiarize myself with how it works. There's really one person who actually knows how to get this thing started and running, and that's John. John, thanks for helping me out here.
No problem, happy to help.
So there's a lot of unfamiliar controls compared to a modern car, like whatever the hell this thing is.
Basically, this is the go, no-go, stop, clutch, and shifter all in one.
So this is like throttle, shifter, clutch, all in one thing.
So there's 3 notches. You have first gear, second gear, and then one more twist is third gear.
Third gear. What's so exciting about this is it's like all the stuff we know is on a modern car.
Nothing hidden.
Right, it's all right there and exposed. So we can actually see the gears meshing, and then this appears to move everything.
The entire rear axle is on a little pivot point here. So when you move that forward, that moves the tire backwards and tightens up the belt, so now you're in drive. So it's a clutch and a brake
and it engages
and a shifter all in once.
Okay.
So this here is the priming cup. What you would do is you take your gas and you fill the little priming cup.
So now we've got the engine primed with that little bit of gas.
Correct.
So let's see what we have to do to actually fire it up.
So we've got the ignition turned on.
Right.
And we are going to get it up on top dead center.
There we go. Is that acting as a throttle? Everything is, it seems like it's idling pretty okay. Is this about how it normally does? Yeah. It sounds pretty good. It's smooth. I kind of like it. So can we get on and try to drive it? All right. Sounds better. I'm in first gear. So if I just go forward, I'm gonna put tension on the belt, and I should go. Here we go, I'm going. Come on! Have I let the belt slip? No, there we go, oh there it is. Oh shit, okay, here we go. 3 horsepower, whatever it is, it feels a little faster than I'd like. Let's go to second gear. All right, there's second gear. All right, let's go back down to first. There we go. All right, I need to stay in first. These are all straight cut gears, so they're gonna grind. You gotta remember, when this thing was made in 1897, nobody decided how cars should work. Everything was up in the air. So the fact there's no pedals was just how it was. Nobody thought we should get the feet involved, I guess. But it would be pretty handy, because the control in my left hand here does an awful lot of stuff. A shifter, sort of throttle, kind of clutch, and brake. All right, I'm gonna shift to second gear. Is that second? Wait, that's first. Is that second? Ah, it's tricky. Slipping the belt to slow down in this turn, and then I let it back out. Now we got some good easy cruising. I want to shift gears. Is that right? I think that's, am I actually in gear? No, I'm not at the D10. The shifting is not easy. You're basically rotating like a shovel handle, or rotating it around to kind of shift. And what's embarrassing is the reason I want to shift mostly is because the acceleration's a little too much out of these 3 horses, and I'm a little nervous. Oh yeah! All right.
The extra weight.
Oh, come on. There we go. There we go. Yeah. Now you haven't gotten it out of first gear, right?
No.
I've had trouble getting it. Got it in a second, but it's terrifying. You know what's even crazier is right now I feel like we're almost going too fast. And we're probably doing like 4.
It feels like 10 times faster going at least.
Yeah, because we're basically on a lawn chair. I like the steering with this little rack and pinion wheel is pretty good, and it's really direct.
Very direct.
But I'm doing so much with this hand. Let's see, if I push it further forward, we speed up a little. Yeah. All right, here we go. We're gonna get ready. We're gonna do a donut here in the cul-de-sac thing. Ready?
A little lean.
Little lean. And yeah. Open it up.
It steers pretty nicely.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna try to shift gears.
Yeah,
That's is it? If I hit that, is that second?
I think you just keep doing that.
Really?
Keep grinding.
All right. Oh, that sounds so terrible.
I know.
Let's back it off. God damn it. Oh, that sounds terrible. All right, we're gonna give it one more try. Take back off on the belt, you think, a little? All right, back on the belt.
That's right.
There it is.
Oh!
Yeah, second gear. Oh wait, we're losing power. No engine, is it overheating? Oh crap, I think we're overheating. We overheated. I think we overheated. So this is an air-cooled vehicle, but it's only air-cooled in the most general sense of the way. So these fins are supposed to dissipate a little of the heat from the engine, but there's no ducting, there's no cooling fan, there's no speed enough to justify, well, we're not ever going fast enough to really be blowing serious air past this. So this seems like just a consequence of driving an engine like this. Any idea why this thing is overheating like this?
Actually, I have a theory now. I think because this one has been modified with a conventional spark plug and a coil,
Yeah.
that it's now internally combusting at about twice the temperature it would have back then with the glow plug.
Oh, I see.
So I think it makes it easier to start and to work, but to be driven, it really needs a cooling system
Sure, that makes-
upgrade along with the
That's
ignition
interesting.
upgrade.
Because this is firing, yeah, at temperatures, this thing was only never meant
Never
to even...
made to work at that temperature.
Here we go again.
There we go.
Nice. So we may have just run out of gas.
Yeah,
or
I think
hit
that was
the
it.
ignition. Actually,
One of the two. It's going. It like wants to go.
this is like a real usable machine.
Right. You could, yeah, I think you totally could use it. So after driving this 121-year-old car around for a good bit, I got two big takeaways of how I felt. One was mildly terrified, and one was I was having a blast. Because if you put those two things together, it proves your theory. This is the first production sports car.
And it feels like you're going fast.
Yeah.
I think the handling is really great.
I've also got a lot of respect for this combination handle. At
amazing.
first, it just seems like it would make no sense because it's so different from how we drive. But doing everything with that handle, you're doing a different motion for each thing. Braking, clutch, shifting gears. Someone with no use of their legs could drive a manual car with something like that. It's kind of brilliant.
It is.
So remember, if you're going back in time to the late 1800s, you want something kind of sporty, kind of fun, get yourself a Bollé. Is that right? I think that's, am I actually in gear? No, I'm not at the D10.